Here's an interesting thing now. As you see behind the painting that was before, a painting that was over there, and to show you what I mean, there is now a different order of these paintings. 1, 2, point up there, 1, 2, there, oh, there, and there. Anyhow, the direction of my hands needs to be changed when I actually appear to be showing something. Well, anyway, now the painting over there, yeah, is now the Egyptian one instead of the one over there. And more to the point, let's get this sorted, this webcam. I would like to tell you a little bit about the atmosphere. How the atmosphere encircles the Earth. To get an idea of the extent of the atmosphere, this is a book from my grandfather, by the way, let us refer to a globe of the world. And here, the diagram shows to a scale a section through a 15-inch globe. The black parts represent outer space, and the haze surrounding the globe is the atmosphere. The atmosphere consists of a mixture of highly compressible gases, so it is much denser near the surface of the Earth, where there is a great weight of air above it, and less compressed in its higher levels, where the weight of air above it is much less. At the very highest levels it fades away into space so gradually that it is not possible to say just where it ends. The atmosphere may in fact be likened to a thin spiral spring standing on end, and compressed under its own weight, most at the bottom and least at the top. This falling off in density, with increase of height above the Earth, is easy to understand. There are other differences between the high and low levels, however, and it is known that there are 3 distinct regions in the atmosphere. The lowest is called the troposphere. Maybe a picture of a troposphere. It is. The lowest one is the troposphere. Troposphere is this one here, and this one is the next layer, and this one is the layer above that. And obviously it shows you different things going on here, so how things fall to gravity. Now, to go back, is that with which we are most familiar, the troposphere, the region of clouds and our changing weather. It extends from the surface of the Earth to a height of about 7 miles. This height is greater at the equator and less at the poles. The middle region is called the stratosphere and extends from a level of about 7 miles above the Earth up to a height of about 50 miles. So the one between the troposphere and the ionosphere is the stratosphere. The highest region is called the ionosphere, which extends upwards for 600 miles or more above the surface of the Earth. Ah, that's delicious. So I should put my lemon tea there. In the diagram, A marks the approximate upper limit of the ionosphere, B shows the height already reached by rockets with recording instruments, C marks the top of the stratosphere, about 50 miles above the Earth, and D is the base of the stratosphere, and E is the surface of the Earth where we live. This is obviously indicatory here. All the different letters are indicatory there of what it's explaining. Which is on a scale represented by a space of only about 1/50th of an inch, the two lines being so close together that they appear almost as one line. Yet the science of meteorology, which is the study of the air, is chiefly concerned with what goes on in this narrow region, which, compared with the true size of the world, is no more than a mere film clinging closely by the force of gravity to the surface of the earth. The aurora, see frontispiece. The aurora is a display of coloured light seen at night in far northern and far southern latitudes. It is quite frequently seen from the northernmost parts of Britain and from Canada. The nearer you are to the equator, the less often you will see it. In the Shetland Islands it may appear 100 times in a year, at Edinburgh 25 times, and in London only 7. Sometimes a large aurora is seen as far south as Paris or Washington or USA, but this is rare. It's interesting. From Paris, I just reminded myself of a woman at work telling me about her little trip to Disneyland and how she'd spent a tremendous amount of money, euro-wise, for the JD and Cokes and the wines and the lagers she drank. Well, anyway, interesting, but it was £7 or something for 2 JDs and Cokes, rather too expensive. But heights of over 600, but USA, but this is rare. The usual height of an aurora is about 55 and 80 miles above the Earth, but heights of over 600 miles have been observed. The light we see is an electrical effect. Streams of electrically charged particles are shot out by the sun, especially from areas where there are sunspots. When these streams of particles reach the Earth, they become concentrated towards the north and south magnetic poles, and they excite the air much as the gas in a neon light tube is excited. They also disturb the Earth's magnetism. Aurorae are often more frequent about the time of the equinoxes, and they are especially visible during the years when there are so many sunspots. The light appearing in the sky may be merely a vague glow, or it may be like large draperies or curtains in movement. At other times it may be more like the beams of a searchlight. But with many rays trembling and quivering and changing their position, a large display may last some hours. Beginning with a low arc of light along the horizon, numerous vertical rays may develop, making a brilliant spectacle. Golden yellow is the most frequent colour, turning to pearly white in the more brilliant parts, with streaks of crimson and green. When the display breaks up, the streamers may gather together almost above the observer when they seem to point towards one centre. This is an effect of perspective, like railway lines converging towards a distant point, for the rays, which may be 300 miles overhead, are nearly parallel.